Manor Lords gameplay returns to these poor peasants as winter is coming. So please, ring that bell and do the other things and let's play. Hello everybody. Welcome back to Manor Lords, a game that has changed a little bit since I last played it. There's been an update to this free demo, available as part of the Steam Next Fest. Anybody can play it from the 3rd to the 10th of October. You'll notice our town does look a little bit different. There are also no save files, so I was caught by a double whammy. However, I brought us up to speed on where we were, through a little bit of fast-paced gameplay, and a few things have changed. You'll notice a couple of small things. The first one that I want to do, though, is actually harvest some proper berry resources. Look. Here they are, hiding over in the corner. Last time we almost entirely ran out of food. I've got a camp set up here to farm these animals. We've got a few small plots, no huge ones this time, and then just a couple of necessary buildings, a logging camp, a granary, a storage hut. What we're going to try and do, seeing as these roads, these beautifully placed roads, are seemingly entirely free to build. I guess they are just dirt, so stands to reason. Let's get a straight one there and then kind of do some weird curve thing like this and just get a dead-end road that goes out to nowhere. These trees are kind of hindering my view a bit, but they are also beautiful, so we'll leave them exactly where they are and then smash down a berry foraging hut. Now, it may very well be the wrong time of year to forest these berries, to forage them even. Let's make sure also that we get people over just as close as possible, because one of the things that I've noticed about this demo is that it isn't entirely clear to me how close I need to actually place this forager hut to this berry zone. There's no sort of zone of control, but if I just smash it right down there, I figure you'll be able to find some berries around here somewhere, no? It's very far away from the rest of the town, but it should be totally fine. What is not totally fine is the survival element of Manor Lords. One part that I didn't really discuss last time, we talked about the great roads, we talked about the interesting fact that we can kind of just zoom in on these people and watch them go about their everyday lives. Take a look at Chad here. He's very proud of himself, and so he should be, because even though I'm his lord, he's living a great peasant life. Let's zoom a little bit out of Chad's perspective and continue exploring Manor Lords. What are you up to? Nothing. Literally nothing. Just standing at the logging camp while we have only 2 logs in our entire reserve. I think this thing's carrying them all. Let's focus on building up a little bit more then, because we only have 1 month left of food. I've got those berries hopefully online to try and fix that. We've got this hunting camp here, hunting this. I guess we just have to hope for the best. The other thing is I probably have too many people, but you can never have too many villages, surely. Through the slightly janky demo 16 times speed, we can speed through this a little bit faster. Although, actually, this is really interesting. Take a look at how long it's going to take to build this because it's so far away. We're going to have to get this ox to lug these logs out there one at a time. Oh, look, no, don't worry. The whole town's getting on top of it now. Yes! Brilliant. When you zoom in, it does seem to slow it down, but that makes sense. All right, so with this thing online, we're also going to move through to where we were last time in terms of our settlement level, because it seems like as you move through and reach those sort of milestones or those goalposts, we're lifted through into the next development level. Next level medium village is going to require 10 homes and a church. And there we go, quest complete. Settlement _ intro is done. Thanks to the construction of a forager hut, which we're also going to try and put someone on. Before I said I might have had too many people, as the beautiful rain falls down, now I'm wondering if I have enough. Probably don't need someone working at the storehouse. It's unclear to me if I need someone working at the granary, but because food is so important to us, I'm going to leave someone in there as we move our way through to comforts and conveniences. We need... Oh, okay, so we need 3 level 2 plots. And then we need to get the market back online, which we did do last time. It was fairly straightforward. I should be able to actually just plop that down right now because I think it doesn't even have a lot of cost to it. Market area appears to be like roads in that it's more kind of, well, I guess it's city planning, actually, isn't it? Really. It's kind of like zoning an area in city skylines to be, say, an industrial zone or what have you. And that is not going to go my way. Why? Boom. This is probably a better location because we will have our iron mines maybe eventually set up over there. and then we can have the townsfolk come this way as I turn the rain back on. Beautiful, by the way. They can wander along this way and trade all of their goods that they're making over here and over here. It'll be fantastic. These things cost 1 log each. We only have 3 logs in reserve. I'm hoping that 40 firewood will be enough to get us through the winter. But I can't really focus on that at the minute either, because we're just so desperately low on food. Let's get a food stall. Bam. And a firewood stall. Bam. And a clothing stall. What a market. This place is really going to be something. Fantastic. Speaking of the weather, actually, one thing that I note that I didn't pay too much attention to when I started my first playthrough last time were these seasons down the bottom. Now, we are allegedly in summer at the minute, which means crops are being harvested. I, of course, didn't really have time to plant any right at the start. That means we're moving through to the end of harvest. Berries are going to start to disappear in autumn, and then we'll be in winter. Berry deposits are completely gone. People can get ill, blah, blah, blah. So we have to be kind of careful about that and try and build up my reserves. You can see we faltered down. We had 1 month of food left, but now we're starting to turn it around. And it might be okay. We've got some berries coming online. Yay! Plenty of meat to feed the people. And also, we're establishing the second hunting camp. Neat. I feel like everything is kind of coming up Millhouse now. And it'll really, at this point, be just me trying to manage both keeping our food up, but also attracting new people to the town. I feel like the 1 logging camp ain't going to cut it. Logs are by far and away, aside from food, our greatest weakness. Let's get a woodcutter's lodge down so that we can at least maybe replant some trees around this area next to this logging camp. I'm assuming that's how it works. And then we do still have 40 firewood, which is allegedly enough for 6 months worth of fuel. Each one will use 1 unit, but only through the winter. Yeah, so we don't need to stock up any more of that. Let's just write that down to the ground. Try and min-max this a little bit. The next most important thing to me will actually be to upgrade some of these homes. As soon as we do that, we can move through. So, what do we need to do? Yes. This. Okay. So we need to try and supply different types of food, clothing, entertainment, and or faith to the town. We also, remembering, need to get a church to level 1 to upgrade the overall level of our settlement as well. So why don't I focus on getting those initial plots down, and maybe even, for the first time, our people will follow the good word of the Lord. Oh man, there are loads of buildings here that are locked behind influence and all sorts of things that aren't actually in the beta, or the demo even, as it were. I'm also going to, seeing as we need to get to 10 plots, put a little iron mine out here. We don't necessarily have to make a whole lot of people work on it right now, but we could at least put it out here and then get a single plot of land so that the people can just live right next to where they do their thing. I feel like, even though traffic may not necessarily be an issue, this isn't City Skylines after all, it's probably a good idea to have at least a little bit of localization around each bit. Like maybe we could also get a little shack out here for our 1 berry hunter to forager to live in too. I don't know. We can try. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? So this thing's going to cost 8 logs, and it will allow us to gain access to faith for our homes. Okay. So I'm just trying to save up for 8 pieces of timber. We've got an incredible amount of food now, supplies for 5 months, so we can get through the winter almost, maybe. Great. Let's then up our log chopping capacity by going to gathering here, woodcutter lodge. You know what? This is kind of becoming a little industrial hub out this way. So tempting to place it near this because we're already chopping trees here though, isn't it? Yes, and also I don't want firewood, I want timber. Oh, geez. That would be a real oversight. It's a little bit of an investment. It's going to cost me 2 logs. Let's instead up the number of people working on this one. We've also got idlers, so really this logging camp should just be pumping out logs like there's no tomorrow. We've got idle homeless workers working on it. We've said, please get a 3rd person to work here as soon as you can. And that must mean that we need extra plots, right? Extra plots means extra people. That will, of course, in turn cost us extra food and make survival harder, but we need them to try and get access to these resources. I'm going to take 1 person off this hunting camp as our food surges up to new levels. I also noticed, speaking of food, that these things seem to change. So as I hover over them, you can see there are 18 wild animals here, and this berry are actually a seasonal underscore resource, and it looks like that number there is the number of days that I'm going to have left until winter's common. So we'll keep farming those. Or food supplies are iffy. I'll reduce this hunting limit down to 16. That should hopefully let us fill this up as much as possible. Farm them down a little lower. And then we've got all of this pumping out. Oh, we've got our new people in the area. Fantastic. And we've got our 8 logs, which means if I want to, I could go straight through and build a church right now. The thing that I don't know is if that's me getting a bit ahead of myself. I also notice we're starting to run slightly low of that fuel that I was talking about earlier. Okay, let's not be caught off guard by trying to min-max so hard that I lose all my people because we don't have any fuel. That would be a disaster. Let's get them together. Firewood. And seeing as we're already doing a whole load of tree stuff over here, we'll put it literally right across the road from the woodcutter's lodge. Which we also don't have someone working at. Okay, neat. I'm going to expand the number of people we have here first then. Before church, let's get the 10 plots down. We'll get a second one over here because even though maybe it's the dream to live without neighbors, I feel like in this life, maybe you want a friend. So we'll give them a friend. I like these trees in the middle of the town. They're quite cool. I don't really want to knock them down, but I do want to keep building out this way. So let's put, ooh, squeeze 2 tiny plots in there. See what I mean about it splitting up what would have been 1 plot on that previous version from my first video and now making it into 2. It's probably, actually thinking about it, useful because you probably don't want to be here drawing out every single goddamn property. Let's put some people across the road. Your unfettered view is making me jealous of my real life. So, oh geez, not like that, Rick. Oh, look at this. We don't have enough resources to place that many plots. Okay, I'm going to speed ahead. I'm going to continue at playing, I mean. Look at this. What am I doing? Stop. I'm going to go back to play. I feel like it's not too risky now that we're building this. We should have everything broadly covered. Our lack of livestock is a little bit disappointing for a medieval settlement, but that's okay. Let's get this done. Built it literally as far away from the logs as I could, and then we'll build 2 a little closer. There we go. Boom. 4 logs later. 2 more houses. And what's interesting is inside of each house, we can get a little feel for what they have in storage, any potential upgrades or what they may want or be missing. And then also the actual people themselves, which is pretty cool. And this one's home to the 3 woodcutters. Also woodcutters. We got a lot of woodcutters. What about over here? What are you people doing for fun? Hunting. I love it. Let's put, oh no, still waiting on people. Okay. That's fine. Reduce 1 from the logging camp and add 1 onto the woodcutter lodge. Just to get a little bit of fuel saved up ahead of the winter. And what do we have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Okay, cool. Once these are all done, I will have the 10 properties required. And then the only thing that we'll be saving up to build to get this up a level will be the church. And then for the comforts and conveniences quest line, which seems to be different, confusingly, I think I was kind of conflating them as one, requires me to upgrade some of these plots. That's going to be a little bit more difficult. We're probably going to want to get the church online to help with that. Maybe we could try and cheese it out by getting some different types of clothing, but we've also left it too late to farm sheep, so tough luck. These berries have been basically completely harvested at this point. I'm going to remove someone from that job. As we move towards, what are we now? September, October, November, end of harvests. Berries start disappearing. Yeah. Okay. Well, look, you've got better things to be doing anyway, so I don't know. Go and mine some pits or something. I feel I might have just got to building this woodcutter's lodge in time to try and save ourselves before winter. It was really close. I've got 2 woodcutter's lodges and no forester huts. What I actually want here is a forester hut, not 2 woodcutter's lodges. ideally something that would actually replenish the trees rather than just keep chopping them down. It's the forester's hut, actually. And I can no longer build it because I've spent all my logs. Luckily, there's plenty of trees in that forest still to go. I think we should be okay for the time being. And if this place, not the logging camp, but the woodcutter's hut, can get to work on getting some of this firewood online before winter, we'll be a-okay. One thing that could be really useful that literally has no construction cost is this hitching post used to control oxen, help to logistics by transporting timber, can help with moving harvested crops to the granary quicker as well. So we should probably have a hitching post, like, oh no, we've got our limit already. I wonder if it's most useful here. It probably is, actually. I'll leave that, that's fine. Storage limit reached. Okay, our generic storage on some of these places is filling up. Let's maybe get a second granary. Could potentially even use one over here. This is kind of turning into Town 2.0. I like it. Although it's not the most desirable place to live, it's all right. Winter's coming. Oh, crap. Okay, a quick check-in. 5 months worth of food, 3 months worth of fuel. The berries drying up was a bit of an issue. However, we have hunting camp, no farms. Chuck an extra person on that one. Reduce the hunting limit ahead of winter. Let's try and graze these down nice and slim. Also put idle workers on that as well, so that if anybody is unemployed, they'll now move towards farming food for us, as opposed to anything else. We've also, finally, I think got to the point where I might be able to actually build this church. It's maybe not the best idea. I might want to focus on scaling up my yields or something first, but I think we should do this. It'll help us level up this quest. We've got not much else to do as we move into wintertime anyway. Let's put it out on this rural road. This looks like a really nice spot for a church, actually. There's a cool sort of curvature to the road. Close to these people, close to these people. I think it looks fantastic. Let's speed through at 16 times speed and watch them build this wonderful church. Oh, I'm really quite scared about that wood, firewood supply now. Let's put idle workers on that instead, actually. I think that will override this command. Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay. That's actually probably okay. Yeah. We're gearing up for the winter. It might be a slightly cold one, but there'll be plenty of berries on the table. Don't you worry. Plenty of berries to go around. Reduce our mining at the minute because we're not doing anything with that. Anything else here I need to check in? Granary, probably fine. No one's doing those berries. Oh. Gather one, gather all. Here we're going to have our church. Unlike the brewery, or the tavern, I should say. Where is it? Yeah, here. So this one gives access to beer, which of course they would love. But I feel like to do that, we have resources that we're not yet farming or making. Like we probably need a malt house and then a brewery to have that actually work. However, I'm guessing that for the church, there aren't those requirements, right? It doesn't look like it actually gives out a yield other than faith, which I'm hoping will be more of an influence, passive thing. Oh my god, it's snowing. Oh. Shame we didn't get the church built in time, huh? Hopefully they'll just keep plodding away on that during the winter. Let's find out. I'm going to put it up to 4x speed. Yeah, they do. Look, here's this janky log being dragged along here by Beatrix. Oh. Oh, that's Bart. Sorry. Keep up the great work, team. Keep up the fantastic work. Oh, that's brilliant. Back to fast speed you go. Okay, so we moved into the winter with 5 months of food. Yeah, it seems all right. And 11. 11. Our fuel. I way overestimated how desperate we were for that fuel. That's okay. All right, so we're in December, the first month of winter. I've noticed little patches of snow starting to appear, naturally. Storehouses full. church construction. We've got 13 out of 2 people all coming to build this freaking thing. Neat. And then hopefully we should have, requires firewood and charcoal supply from the marketplace. A well. Okay, we probably also need some extra water supplies, but it might be too late to think about that. We're moving into the harsh winter. One of the things that I'll need to think about as we come out of it, if we look to spring, which will be the next season, of course, is that berry deposits will regrow and plowing for quick summer harvest is possible. So we might be able to start building some farms right towards the end of winter and then quickly plow these fields and get some crops ready for summer. That way I don't have to stress about food next time. Oh boy, it is a beautiful looking winter. Hey, the church is completed during the winter time and we've leveled up our settlement. The next level to get to a manor is 999 level 1 plots. I feel like that might be a demo thing because that's was quite the jump from medium village, isn't it? Neat. I think we'll probably have a better chance at leveling up some of these. Look, you can see us start to meet some of the requirements. We've met 2 food, although nothing on the clothing, nothing on the entertainment. Okay. So we're gearing it up. We're gearing it up. A new message, pay incoming royal tax. Oh dear. To the region, you are hereby on a mission of debt for the lands, and tax is to be levied upon the land. Failure to submit will find the lands being forfeited. The governance under the stewards return to the crown. So basically, if you're unfamiliar, my understanding is that if I jump out to this regional map, we'll see that a lot of this stuff, like conquest, is actually locked in the demo. Oh, look, we're in this region next door. Cool. So you can actually maybe play multiple regions. It could be down to chance or the day. I'm not sure. But either way, a lot of this stuff is unfortunately not able for us to be used in the demo, including its very interesting, what seems to me kind of like a Total War almost looking combat system. We know a little bit about it from the trailers, but not too much. And like I was saying, we also don't know too much about some of these other leveling and upgrading systems yet. I think that the king's demands, the way it fits into the story is, I'm a lord running this territory, hoping to expand and grab others, but we still have to pay the king a royal tax. Doesn't actually even say how much it is, so I guess we'll just hope for the best. Oh, here we go. Annual royal tax, 66 days until paid. Build a tax collector to increase the treasury. Not going to happen. Okay, so while we're in wintertime, we're speeding through, we're in January now, that means I need to start to think about farming. If I have a look at this overview, I mean, at the moment it's snowy, so it's not actually giving me any information. Damn, I should have checked it earlier. It does look like we've got good rye fertility, though. Emma? Yeah, hardly know her. Flax? No. Barley? Maybe again over here. Yeah, I think we have to do some farming over here in Newtown. Oh, it's so far away from our existing infrastructure, though. I kind of just want to build it there, but no, resist. Resist. Let's do some farming in Newtown. So we'll get this set up during the winter time, and then we'll also need to, so that's the farm building. We also need to assign some fields to it. I wonder if we can make a nice looking big ass field across the road here. I mean, nice looking might be an overstatement, but it exists. And then maybe also one next door that kind of curves. Yeah. Cool. All right. So we'll start to look at all these people go. We'll start to get some farms set up over this way. Maybe get one person, maybe even two. One person on the iron. We're going to need iron to start building some more tools. We're also going to need stone if we want to start upgrading some cooler stuff. So let's get maybe a second mining pit down if we can find... See if you can find some stone. I can't. And the snow is starting to go away. Oh yeah, it's February. So my timing of building these probably couldn't have been better. We'll get these 2 fields ready, and then we want them to be built under which crop? Maybe... Oh, look at this. We can see the soil fertility for each one. That is fantastic. Let's get Emma planted there. We could also set it up to rotate to a different one. That's very cool. And then on this field, is it going to be the same? It's actually much closer between these two. We could maybe get some barley for ale, if we want to get that set up, which we probably do. We'll also look to get some flax somewhere as well, though. Let's get barley there, and then just for sake of simplicity, I'm going to put flax on the last one, I think, just so that everything is together. Let's have a look at flax fertility. Oh, it's not ideal. But actually, it's not very good anywhere. So, stuff it, dude. Let's grow some flax right next door. Oh, this is awesome. I love this. Okay, so you're going to be flax, and then, yeah, it's not great, but it'll do. And then on this farm, as soon as it's finished being constructed, right at the end of winter, hopefully it's going to be anyway. Look at this. February, we're just rolling through into spring. The berry deposits will be back online, and we need to get these plowed real quick too. So hopefully that farm gets done in time. If not, well, we'll just see how they go. Back over here at Berryville, Tennessee, we also probably want to chuck at least one delegation of workers back on there so that they can keep doing what they're doing. Because, woohoo, we made it through the winter. Oh, that is fantastic. Food is a little low. Fuel is looking great. Timber's looking great. Let's get the iron now a little bit better. So we already have the mine. We're going to need some industry to go along with it. Converts iron ore to slabs and then uses slabs and fuel to create tools. Fairly straightforward. Let's try and cram this down. Actually, I haven't built a new road in a while. Why don't we build out this industrial area back here a little bit? This is the iron mine, so we could probably bring out a new subdivision. I don't think it's going to attract a whole lot of new residents necessarily. Oh, actually, let's connect it behind these farms. And that way it's also maybe a little bit easier for them to sort of move around. This intersection's getting hot and busy. Cool. So we've got farming going on. I would actually also, now that I think about it, probably like to have a few more people living down here too. Oh, look at that. 3 new plots. Boom. And then also under village life, we'll snap a little well down that way and make sure that it's connected up to the road with just a little access road to get to that well behind these people. Neat. Work area is empty. That's the berries, but it should actually have replenished. Yes, it did. Fantastic. All right, let's get a second person on this because we know that this did wonders for us last time. In fact, it would be fair to say most people in this village are living off berries. Go you. That's got plenty of, I don't know, vitamins. I wonder what the church can actually do. Connected to road network, bell sound. Worth. So we have the bloomery to get the ore. Now we need the smithy to get the slabs. And then we have these dudes chopping. And then ore slabs. And that will let us build the tools. And then once we have tools, we've basically got everything unlocked at that point. The Weaver's Workshop will be useful, providing that we can actually farm some resources down this way. Get farming, you fools! Crap! Okay, we need to free up some extra people. I mean, we've got these extra plots coming online, so we'll have new families coming in. I wonder if we can reduce any of these and not get... Yeah, we can probably reduce fuel. Let's cut fuel down by 2, and that should free up some people to get over here and start farming. A singular man. Responsible for the farming of this entire place. I love it. Let's construct some fantastic veggie garden extensions in these people's backyards. Look at that. There's one. This is going to be the envy of the whole place. Which is kind of what I think Manor Lords might be, actually. The envy of the whole place. Of course, we haven't seen the combat. We haven't seen some of the crucial game systems. But what I've seen in this demo, I like. And if you like it too, I'd encourage you to check it out. It is available for a week only, and then we'll have to wait for the full release to be determined to be announced. I'm really looking forward to playing some more Manor Lords and delving into more of its detail. I think it's probably one of the most interesting games of the year. I'm keen to know what you think too, so I'll be watching the comments closely on this video and the last one. Take care, and I'll see you next time.